What up, guys? Mr. Schaefer here. I know you might have missed it, and maybe you didn't miss it, but Grossology is back. The science of really gross things. We did not finish the first book yet. We have the last section, the smelly, stinky, gross things. So you can guess where it starts. You're right. Starts with farts. So today we're gonna get into some farts here. Kind of a interesting topic as the old man there sitting on the toilet. Um, and here's a big thing of beans. What do you know? Perfect, right? So I'm going to read today a little bit some facts about farts. I've not read this yet, so I don't know how disgusting it's going to be or how entertaining, but I'm sure it'll be both, right? So sit back and enjoy. Here we go. Remember, this is still part of our nonfiction unit, right? This is real information. This is facts, all right? As we jump into some informational writing that we're about to get going down on, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with the real stuff that you can learn from, right? So when this author wrote this, it was kind of for two purposes. One, entertain us. Two, give us some facts, right? Let us learn something from this. So let's check it out, man. Hey, who cut the cheese? Someone floated an air biscuit. I heard a barking spider. Have you heard any of those before? I feel like everyone's heard those terms, right? You were sitting in class minding your own business when you felt it build in your gut. Rumble, rumble. Oh no. You knew what was to come. You squeezed tightly. It was useless. The pressure, and then the escape. Flubble, flubble, flop. You did it. You farted. Medical people use the word flatus for farts and flatulence for farting. These words come from the Latin flatus, which means to the act of blowing. That seems pretty accurate. One scientist even did that stinky research to find out that a person farts about 14 times a day. Some people putt more, some even do it a lot. There was a man in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who kept a flatograph of his gas production. This guy had major gas. He counted 141 farts in a 24-hour period. Impressive. Keep count of your gas production. If you putt 14 times in one day, you're pretty normal. If you could capture the gases that exit your anal opening, you could measure them. This type of fart study was actually been conducted. According to an expert on gas passers, the amount of gas varies from 1 cup to 1/2 gallon per day. Although you do it easily, making a fart is an involved process. After food is crushed in your stomach, it passes into the hose in your gut, or the small intestine. Here, minerals, vitamins, and other important stuff moves through the walls of the small intestines into the blood. The mush then leaves the small intestine to enter the fart factory, the large intestine. Some foods are still not broken down. These foods include wheat products, dairy products, cabbage, apples, radishes, broccoli, onions, cauliflower, and the magical food, beans. The undigested parts of these foods are fiber and some types of sugars. If you really want to toot, you should eat lots of food with fiber and indigestible sugar. Your large intestine is home to billions of tiny living creatures called bacteria. One type of bacteria in your large intestine is E. coli. The undigested food is dinner, lunch, or breakfast from the gut critters. The bacteria eat the fiber and other substances. Just as you produce waste after you eat, so do the bacteria. As the bacteria eat your unsoluble food, they fart inside of you. Their gas builds in your intestines. When the pressure gets too great, it exits through your butthole. So, you're just a storage container for the creatures that fart inside of you. A fart is actually a mixture of gases. Most of it's carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and methane. These gases are odorless. Hydrogen gas is lighter than air, so it floats. Hydrogen and methane are highly flammable. Methane is used for stoves and gas heating. The smelly gases are indole, scatol, and hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide makes the odor of rotten eggs. Indole and scatol are perfume poop. Your nose can detect a disgusting odor that has been diluted or watered down 10 billion times. Although the smelling gases are only a very small part of a fart, everyone knows when they escape. Beside gas and odors, farts also make sounds. Think about the many fart sounds. Make a few of them with your mouth or by cupping your hand in your armpit, then flapping one arm like a bird. Now, there are only a few of those noises, but there's millions that can happen. All right, so yeah, that was it. That's a lot of crazy information about farts. So if I could like boil it down to what I basically pulled out of this is these bacteria and stuff that eat your food inside of you basically release gas inside of you, like they fart inside of you, and then you have to let it out. Kind of sick. So here's how you say fart in different languages. It literally has a little language here, so if you want to look at that. How to say fart in various languages. French, pe. Romanian, bajit. Vietnamese, doot. Czechoslovakian, per de note. Spanish, pado. Japanese, oh, nada. I don't know any of the German. I don't know how to speak any of these. I'm not going to try anymore. So there's some different languages for you to look at if you want to look at them or put them into Google Translate and see what they say. And then I did have one more on the front page here. It says people who earn money by farting. Sounds kind of sweet, right? The famous fart performer Joseph Pujol was a Frenchman who outgrossed the leading French stage artist of the mid-1800s. Pujol was known as La Pentamon, which means the fart-o-maniac. Pujol had the gift of being able to create different sounds of varying lengths from his orifice. At first, he used his talent to amuse his friends at parties. He said, "Let's invite Pujol. He's always a gas at parties." Once he matured, he took his act to the stage. A current Japanese fartomaniac delivered a televised fart performance in 1980. The unidentified fartomaniac took the airwaves and captivated the audience by farting over 3,000 times in a row, imitating sounds with his butt, and playing songs from you know where. Now that is talent. All right, so what do you think? Definitely some interesting stuff in here. But you don't really think. I think the biggest thing too that comes out of me is 14 times a day. So what? Right now I'm recording this. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'm already halfway through the day. So that means at least what? I've been tearing it up today. I'm sure you have too, right? So it's kind of interesting, but also kind of disgusting at the same time. The other part too that's on here, it says that the wheat products, dairy products, cabbage, apples, radishes, broccoli, onions, and cauliflower. And of course, the main one that our picture has right here. We got the can right there. Kind of weird looking can, but it's there, right? So if you're bashing on beans, you need to warn your family, right? Or if you're all eating them, remind me not to come to your house. Got me? All right. Well, that is that for this part of the read aloud. And then go ahead and respond or check out what I have connected with this. And I'll see you next time with more gross things.